Dragon Man, as he's been named, would replace the Neanderthals as our sister species.
Our species is a paradox. Brilliant, yet destructive. Endlessly fascinating, yet deeply mysterious.
It had prominent claws, it had a long serpentine body.
Beneath the surface of what we know lies a shadowy world of unsettling truths. From ancient graves concealing shocking secrets to mysterious bones uncovered by accident, and even the discovery of entirely new humanoid species. These are the scariest recent revelations about mankind. Mysterious bones in the Philippines. A new human species emerges. 67,000 years ago, something lived in the caves of the Philippines. It wasn't quite human, it wasn't quite ape, and its discovery is forcing us to completely rewrite the story of mankind. Inside these ancient caverns, scientists uncovered a trove of bones and teeth that left them questioning everything they thought they knew about our ancestors. As the excavations progressed, the cave slowly revealed its secrets, each new find adding another piece to the puzzle. In 2007, a single, diminutive foot bone was unearthed, hinting at something extraordinary. But it wasn't until further digs in 2011 and 2015 that the true extent of the discovery came to light. 12 hand and foot bones, a fragment of a femur, and a handful of teeth emerged from the earth, whispering stories of a distant past. Now here's where things get really interesting. These bones, as it turns out, don't quite match up with anything we've seen before. They're not quite human, but they're not alien either. Instead, researchers believe they belong to a previously unknown species of early human, which they've dubbed Homo luzonensis, named after the island of Luzon, where the remains were found. What sets these bones apart from other early human species is their teeth. The premolars and molars are far simpler and smaller than those of other ancient humans, suggesting a unique anatomy that has no known match. It's a discovery that raises more questions than answers, leaving us to ponder the origins and fate of this mysterious species. But here's where this evolutionary mystery goes from strange to absolutely insane. Scientists just found proof of another unknown human species, not in a cave, but inside people who are alive today. The genetic enigma, Melanesians and their unknown ancestors. Just when you thought the story of human evolution couldn't get any more intriguing, a startling revelation emerged from the South Pacific. The Melanesians, a group of people inhabiting islands like Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands, Fiji, and Vanuatu, have been found to carry a genetic secret that's sure to leave you amazed. In 2016, scientists delving into the DNA of modern-day Melanesians stumbled upon something they never expected. Not only did they find traces of Neanderthal and Denisovan DNA, which was already known, but they also discovered something else entirely: evidence of a long-extinct, previously unknown human species lurking in their genetic code. It's a finding that's bound to send ripples through the scientific community. The very idea that we've been walking the Earth alongside an enigmatic human species, one that's left no known physical traces, is enough to make even the most stoic researcher's jaw drop. But the rabbit hole of human origins goes even deeper, literally. In Spain, scientists have uncovered a prehistoric mass grave that's about to make these genetic mysteries look like just the beginning of our story. The Pit of Bones, unraveling the earliest Neanderthals. Deep within the labyrinthine caverns of Cima de los Huesos, hidden in the rugged terrain of Spain's Atapuerca Mountains, a chilling discovery has come to light. In this eerie chamber, known as the Pit of Bones, the remains of at least 28 ancient individuals were found scattered and entangled in a macabre display. But these were no ordinary bones. As scientists meticulously extracted and analyzed the fossils, they soon realized the magnitude of their find. These were the earliest known Neanderthals, our long-lost cousins from a distant era, dating back an astonishing 430,000 years. The implications of this discovery are profound, reshaping our understanding of human evolution and the complex relationships between our ancestors. Researchers hypothesize that a shared ancestor of modern humans and Neanderthals probably lived around 500,000 to 750,000 years ago, possibly Homo heidelbergensis. This tantalizing clue adds another layer to the already complex tapestry of our evolutionary history, hinting at the intricate connections that bind us to our prehistoric relatives. But the story doesn't end there. A sliver of human bone, also found in Spain and initially believed to be Neanderthal, has revealed an even more surprising twist. Analysis has shown that this fragment, dating back between 300,000 and 400,000 years, actually contains ancestral Denisovan DNA. It's a finding that challenges our assumptions about the interactions and movements of ancient human species. But these European surprises are just the appetizer, because what scientists found scattered across Africa is about to turn the entire human family tree into evolutionary confetti. The Mosaic of Human Evolution, unraveling the secrets of ancient African remains.
A team of scientists in Morocco have found the fossil remains of 5 individuals they believe are the most ancient modern humans ever found.
Across the vast expanse of the African continent, a series of groundbreaking discoveries has begun to reshape our understanding of human origins. From the scorching sands of Morocco to the lush landscapes of South Africa and beyond, archaeologists and paleontologists have unearthed a treasure trove of ancient human remains, each one adding a new piece to the complex puzzle of our evolutionary past. These fossils, some dating back hundreds of thousands of years, paint a picture of a time when the very definition of what it means to be human was still being written. In Jebel Irhoud, Morocco, a startling find in 2017 revealed the remains of 5 individuals who lived over 300,000 years ago. What makes these fossils so remarkable is the way they blend modern and archaic traits, hinting at a more diverse and nuanced story of human evolution than we ever imagined. Travel further south to Florisbad, South Africa, and you'll find another piece of the puzzle. Here, a 260,000-year-old skull bears witness to the incredible adaptability and resilience of our early ancestors. Meanwhile, in the Kibish Formation of Ethiopia, 195,000-year-old remains showcase the emergence of anatomically modern humans, their features hauntingly similar to our own. And then there's Ngaloba, Tanzania, where a 120,000-year-old skull tells a tale of transition and change. With its mix of archaic and contemporary characteristics, this skull embodies the very essence of human evolution, a constant dance of adaptation and transformation, played out over countless generations. But to understand how we evolved from these ancient ancestors to modern humans, we need to take a giant step back to the moment when our family tree stood up straight and walked into history. The dawn of bipedalism. How walking upright changed the course of human history. Imagine for a moment a world where our distant ancestors still walked on all fours, their knuckles grazing the ground as they moved through the ancient landscapes of Africa. It's a world that seems almost unrecognizable to us now, a far cry from the upright, bipedal creatures we've become. But how did we get from there to here? What sparked the remarkable transition that would forever change the course of human history? The answer, it turns out, lies in a humble creature known as Australopithecus. Some 6 million years ago, this early human relative took a bold evolutionary leap, trading in the familiar comfort of quadrupedalism for the uncharted territory of bipedalism. It was a move that would set the stage for everything that followed: the growth of our brains, the development of our cultures, and the eventual spread of our species to every corner of the globe. But why did Australopithecus take this momentous step? What advantages did walking upright offer that made it worth the risk? Some scientists believe it was a matter of survival. By freeing up their hands, our ancestors could carry food, tools, and even their young, giving them a critical edge in a world where resources were often scarce. Others point to the changing climate of ancient Africa, where forests gave way to grasslands and savannas. In this new landscape, walking upright may have allowed our ancestors to see over the tall grasses, spotting predators and prey alike from a distance. It's a skill that would have been invaluable in a world where danger lurked around every corner. Whatever the reason, the impact of bipedalism on human evolution cannot be overstated. With each passing generation, our ancestors grew taller, their spines straightened, and their pelvises reshaped to accommodate this strange new way of moving. As they did, they began to venture further and further from the safety of the trees, exploring new territories and encountering other ancient human species along the way. Those first steps out of the trees, they were just the beginning, because what scientists just found in Spain proves our ancestors didn't just walk, they conquered the planet way earlier than we ever imagined. A jawbone that rewrites history. The surprising discovery in Spain. In the rugged terrain of northern Spain, a team of archaeologists made a discovery that would forever change our understanding of human history. Nestled within the craggy confines of a cave, they unearthed a single, unassuming jawbone, a relic from a distant past that had long been forgotten. But as they began to study this ancient bone, they quickly realized that they had stumbled upon something extraordinary. For years, the jawbone had been assumed to belong to a Neanderthal, one of our closest evolutionary cousins. After all, Neanderthals had once roamed these very same hills and valleys, leaving behind a rich archaeological record that stretched back hundreds of thousands of years. But as the researchers took a closer look at the bone, they began to notice something strange. The shape of the jawbone, the curve of the teeth. They didn't quite match what they expected to see in a Neanderthal specimen. And when they ran the bone through a battery of scientific tests, their suspicions were confirmed. This wasn't a Neanderthal at all, but a member of our own species, Homo sapiens, dating back an astonishing 45,000 to 66,000 years. The implications of this discovery were staggering. For decades, scientists had believed that modern humans didn't arrive in Europe until much later, long after the Neanderthals had disappeared from the landscape. But this single jawbone, found in a remote cave in Spain, was rewriting that history, pushing back the timeline of human migration by tens of thousands of years. While that Spanish jawbone was shaking up our migration timeline, another revolution in archaeology was brewing. And this one didn't require any digging at all, just a scientist, a computer, and the world's most famous mapping software. A virtual window into the past. Google Earth unveils ancient mysteries. In a twist that's straight out of a science fiction novel, archaeologists have discovered an unlikely ally in their quest to unravel the secrets of our ancient past: Google Earth. That's right, this navigation tool opened up a whole new world of possibilities for scientists seeking to peer into the depths of prehistory. It all started when a paleoanthropologist by the name of Dr. Lee Berger decided to take a virtual stroll through the landscapes of South Africa using Google Earth. As he scanned the terrain from his computer screen, he noticed something strange: a series of cave sites that looked like they might be hiding some seriously old fossil deposits. Excited by the prospect of a major discovery, Berger and his team set out to investigate the caves in person. And boy, did they hit the jackpot. Inside those unassuming caverns, they found the remains of a species of hominid that had been lost to time for a staggering 2 million years. They named this new species Australopithecus sediba, and it quickly became clear that it was unlike anything scientists had ever seen before. With a unique blend of human-like and ape-like features, Australopithecus sediba seemed to be a missing link in the complex chain of human evolution. But just when we thought we had our ancient family portrait complete, a monster of a discovery in China turned everything upside down. The Dragon Man, a startling discovery in China.
Discovery has been made in China. Researchers say they found the skull of what they believe is a new species of human, which could be our closest evolutionary relative.
In the misty mountains of northeastern China, a discovery was made that sent shockwaves through the world of archaeology. Nestled deep within a cave, a massive, nearly complete skull was unearthed. A skull that seemed to defy all expectations of what an ancient human should look like. Dubbed the Dragon Man, this incredible specimen was unlike anything scientists had ever seen before. Its huge, almost alien-looking cranium and peculiarly shaped eye sockets hinted at a completely new branch of the human family tree, one that had remained hidden from view for hundreds of thousands of years. As researchers pored over the skull, carefully analyzing every inch of its surface, a picture began to emerge of a species that was closely related to modern humans, but with some striking differences. The Dragon Man's brain was a whopping 7% larger than the average human brain today, and its brow ridges and cheekbones were far more prominent than those of any known human ancestor. But forget brain size for a moment, because our next ancestor was about to prove that the biggest evolutionary breakthroughs sometimes come from the tiniest packages. Lucy in the sky, with diamonds, the fossil that changed everything. In the scorching heat of Ethiopia's Afar Triangle, a team of researchers stumbled upon a discovery that would forever change the way we think about our earliest ancestors. There, scattered across the barren landscape, lay the shattered remains of a creature that had walked the earth more than 3 million years ago, a creature that would come to be known as Lucy. Named after the famous Beatles song that was playing on the radio at the time of her discovery, Lucy was a small, unassuming skeleton that belied her immense scientific importance. Just over 3 feet tall and weighing a mere 60 pounds, she was a member of a species of early human ancestor called Australopithecus afarensis, a species that would come to be seen as a critical link in the long and winding chain of human evolution. As scientists painstakingly pieced together the fragments of Lucy's skeleton, a picture began to emerge of a creature that was both eerily familiar and strikingly alien. With her long arms and small brain, Lucy bore a striking resemblance to the apes that still roam the forests of Africa today. But there was one key difference. Lucy walked upright on 2 legs, just like modern humans. This remarkable adaptation, which would have allowed Lucy and her kin to navigate the increasingly open landscapes of ancient Africa with ease, marked a critical turning point in the story of human evolution. And as more and more fossils of Australopithecus afarensis were uncovered in the years that followed, it became clear that Lucy was just the tip of the iceberg, a tantalizing glimpse into a world that was far more complex and fascinating than anyone had ever imagined. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. Newly discovered human species, major doubt about origin of humans. Reports suggest that in a cave in South Africa, a group of researchers stumbled upon bones estimated to be 200,000 years old. What made this discovery so fascinating was the skull. Its features closely resembled those of modern apes, but the rest of the skeleton bore striking similarities to humanoids like Homo sapiens. The species was also bipedal. Using advanced computer software, researchers performed a facial reconstruction to visualize what it might have looked like. The result? An ape-like face paired with a human-like body. What are your thoughts on this discovery? Let us know in the comments. The restless ape: how early migrations reshaped the human story. While this strange new species raises questions about where we came from, an even bigger mystery was playing out across the prehistoric world. Our ancestors were getting restless, and their wanderlust was about to reshape human evolution forever. For most of human history, our ancestors were a restless bunch, always on the move, seeking out new horizons and new opportunities in a world that was vastly different from the one we know today. And while the exact details of these early migrations remain shrouded in mystery, one thing is clear: they played a critical role in shaping the course of human evolution. Recent discoveries have begun to paint a picture of a species that was far more adventurous and adaptable than previously thought. From the sun-baked deserts of the Middle East to the lush forests of Southeast Asia, early humans seem to have been pushing the boundaries of their world almost from the very beginning. In Israel, for example, a jawbone found in a collapsed cave has been dated to between 177,000 and 194,000 years ago, a time when most experts believed that humans were still confined to their African homeland. This jawbone, which bears a striking resemblance to those of modern humans, suggests that our ancestors may have been venturing out of Africa and into the Middle East far earlier than anyone had ever imagined. And Israel is just the tip of the iceberg. In China, a treasure trove of ancient teeth and bones has been uncovered that hints at the presence of early humans in the region as far back as 120,000 years ago. These remains, which include a jawbone that is remarkably similar to those of modern humans, have led some researchers to speculate that our ancestors may have been living in Asia for tens of thousands of years before they even reached Europe. But perhaps the most intriguing piece of the puzzle comes from Europe itself. In southern Greece, a fragment of a skull has been discovered that may be more than 210,000 years old, a find that, if confirmed, would represent the earliest known evidence of modern humans outside of Africa. But while our ancestors were busy conquering new territories, they were also mastering something even more revolutionary: the power to reshape the world itself. From stone to steel, the astonishing saga of human innovation. The story of human evolution is, in many ways, a story of innovation, a tale of how our ancestors, faced with an ever-changing world of challenges and opportunities, found new and ingenious ways to survive and thrive. And nowhere is this spirit of innovation more evident than in the tools and technologies that they left behind. The saga begins some 3.3 million years ago, with the emergence of the first stone tools, crude, handheld implements that marked a radical departure from the sticks and bones that had served as the primary tools of our earliest ancestors. These simple tools, used for everything from cracking open nuts to scraping flesh from animal hides, represented a major cognitive leap forward, a sign that our ancestors were beginning to think in new and creative ways. Around 1.7 million years ago, a new kind of tool appeared, the hand axe. These heavy, teardrop-shaped implements, crafted from stone using the Herculean method, represented a major advance, allowing our ancestors to cut, chop, and scrape with unprecedented precision and efficiency. Fast forward a few 100,000 years, and we find our ancestors developing the spear. These long, slender hunting weapons, crafted from wood and tipped with sharpened stone points, allowed early humans to take down large and dangerous prey from a safe distance, revolutionizing hunting and gathering practices. Then, around 300,000 years ago, something remarkable happened. Our ancestors began to attach thin, carefully crafted stone blades to their spears, creating the world's first projectile weapons. This breakthrough, which likely originated in southern Kenya, allowed early humans to hunt with unprecedented accuracy and range. As this technology spread throughout Africa and beyond, it set the stage for a new era of human expansion and innovation, one that would ultimately lead to the emergence of modern human civilization. Those spear-wielding ancestors weren't the only innovative humans roaming the ancient world. In the depths of Asian caves, another group of humans was leaving behind clues to a mystery that would take thousands of years to unravel. The Hobbits of the East, tracing the Denisovan legacy in Asia. For years, the question of the extinction of various human species has captivated the minds of scientists and laypeople alike, and nowhere is this fascination more evident than in the case of the enigmatic Denisovans, a mysterious group of ancient humans that lived alongside our own ancestors for thousands of years before vanishing from the face of the Earth. The first tantalizing clues to the Denisovan mystery emerged in 2010 when a team of researchers sequencing DNA from a single finger bone found in a remote cave in Siberia stumbled upon a shocking discovery. The bone belonged to a previously unknown human species, one that was genetically distinct from both modern humans and Neanderthals. In the years since, a handful of additional Denisovan remains have been found scattered across Asia, from the high mountains of Tibet to the tropical islands of Southeast Asia. And with each new discovery, the picture of these enigmatic humans has grown more complex and intriguing. Take the case of the Dali skull, discovered in northwestern China in 1978. This ancient cranium bears a striking resemblance to the famous Harbin skull, another Chinese fossil that has been the subject of intense scientific debate in recent years. Despite their similarities, these two skulls may actually represent distinct species, with the Dali skull belonging to Homo daliensis and the Harbin skull representing the Denisovan lineage. The story of the Denisovans and their kin is one of the most complex and hotly debated topics in human evolution today. While many details remain unclear, one thing is certain: these ancient humans left an indelible mark on the people of modern Asia. Genetic studies have shown that many people living in Asia and the Pacific Islands today carry Denisovan DNA in their genomes, a legacy of interbreeding between our ancestors and these mysterious humans tens of thousands of years ago. This genetic legacy may have had surprising consequences. Some researchers suggest that certain Denisovan genes helped modern Tibetans adapt to life at high altitudes, a trait that would have been invaluable in the thin air of the Himalayan mountains. Yet while Denisovan genes were helping humans conquer mountains, another ancient human species was about to prove that big brains weren't everything. Rising star, falling barriers, the astonishing world of Homo naledi. In the heart of South Africa's Rising Star cave system, a team of researchers made a discovery that would shake the foundations of everything we thought we knew about human evolution. There, buried deep within the twisting labyrinth of tunnels and chambers, lay the remains of a species of human ancestor unlike anything science had ever seen before, a species that would come to be known as Homo naledi. At first glance, Homo naledi seemed to defy all expectations. With a brain no larger than that of a chimpanzee and a body that harkened back to the earliest days of human evolution, this strange and primitive creature seemed like an unlikely candidate for membership in the human family tree. But as researchers began to study the remains more closely, they soon realized that Homo naledi was full of surprises. Despite its small brain, this ancient hominin exhibited behaviors that were shockingly advanced. Behaviors that had previously been thought to be the exclusive domain of modern humans. In the depths of the Rising Star cave, scientists found evidence of complex tool use, intricate symbol making, and even the intentional burial of the dead, all signs of a species that had begun to transcend its humble origins and embark on the long and winding path to human civilization. If Homo naledi taught us that small-brained humans could be surprisingly sophisticated, what scientists found in Israel would prove that our ancient relatives weren't just smart. They were mixing and mingling in ways that would blow our minds. A tangled web, untangling the secrets of the Nesher Ramla hominins. In the sun-drenched hills of central Israel, a team of archaeologists made a discovery that would forever change our understanding of the complex and interconnected world of our ancient ancestors. There, hidden beneath the shifting sands of the Nesher Ramla quarry, lay a treasure trove of fossilized remains, the bones of a long-lost group of hominins that would soon become the center of a scientific firestorm. At first glance, the Nesher Ramla fossils seemed to defy all attempts at classification. Their distinctive blend of archaic and modern features set them apart from anything that had been seen before, and their age, between 420,000 and 140,000 years old, only added to the sense of mystery surrounding their discovery. But as researchers began to study the bones more closely, a picture began to emerge of a species that was far more than just a curiosity, a species that may have played a crucial role in the story of human evolution. Through a combination of cutting-edge scientific techniques and good old-fashioned detective work, the team at Nesher Ramla was able to paint a vivid picture of the world these ancient hominins inhabited. They found evidence of complex tool use, sophisticated hunting strategies, and even the controlled use of fire, all signs of a species that had begun to harness the power of its environment in remarkable ways. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the Nesher Ramla discovery is what it tells us about the tangled web of relationships that existed between the various hominin species that roamed the ancient world. Far from being isolated and distinct, these groups appear to have intermingled and interbred with one another on a regular basis, a revelation that challenges our traditional notions of species boundaries and forces us to reconsider the very nature of what it means to be human. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.